What up? How you guys doing out there today? This is your boy Roto Beast. I'm here to present you my NBA morning shoot around for Tuesday, November 19th. If you're new to the channel, please make sure you click the subscribe button below. This way you can watch all my NBA, NFL, and MLB videos. And if you haven't came and checked out our website here at dfscheatsheet.com, you're absolutely missing out. We have all the tools to help you compete with the pros day in and day out, including a complete optimizer, tons of content, daily Fanduel and Draftkings cash lineups. Hey, we're truly a one-stop shop for all your DFS needs. So make sure you can check out the site here at dfscheatsheet.com. So we got a small little 4-game slate today. Should be a pretty fun one. I'm ready to jump into it real quick before we do, though. If you guys don't mind, please take that quick second. Click the like button down below. Helps me out. Really appreciate that from you guys. Yeah, let's go. So we'll start at point guard and we'll work our way through it. We got Damian Lillard out. I mean, that's kind of where we'll start with the back injury. We got to kind of wait and see who's going to fill in for him. It's looking like Fernie Simmons is gonna be the one filling in that role. And then you got to really give CJ McCollum a major boost as well. So I mean, that's just some big news that we'll kind of start with, and then we'll start at the top. John Morant. I mean, the guy's been playing very, very well. This is a very up-tempo game going against the Warriors. Warriors have a bunch of young guys just like him. I think this is a game that he can definitely excel and have a really, really good game. The thing I don't like about Morant, some games he plays, 22, 23 minutes. Some days he plays 30 minutes. I would definitely like to see him play, right around 30 minutes more consistently. But I think that he definitely is a guy that's in play, and he's in a good spot here going against the Warriors. Then we can look at Chris Paul going against the Lakers. It should be a pretty fun game. Chris Paul's been playing pretty well. He's got back-to-back games of scoring at least 22 points or more. Chris Paul's the guy that does a little bit of everything. I think that at 7,000 is a very fair price tag. I think he'll step up and want to take the challenge going against the LeBron and the Lakers squad. So I think Chris Paul at 7,000 definitely is a guy that we could consider. Then you can look at Kai Bowman, 4,700. He played 27 minutes last game and got you 30 fantasy points. If the guy's going to play a bulk load of minutes, then he has some upside. It's all about minutes with him. Man, I like him. I think that he's in a good spot today. With D'Angelo Russell out. And I mean, point guard's a spot I'm looking quickly. We're probably going to pay down in one form or another. Corey Joseph is another guy stepped in that starting role since De'Aaron Fox has went out, and he hasn't had no really good games since stepping into the starting lineup. But he's a guy that has some upside. We've played him in the past with Indiana, when he played with the Spurs, etc. And he's a guy that definitely can fill it up. It just takes that one game. He does have 40 fantasy point upside. It hasn't shown it. I like him. I think he's a pretty good GPP play here on today's slate. Then we'll finish off with the guy that we talked about for Damian Lillard, 4,300. I think this guy, Anthony Simmons, is going to be the guy that's going to step in the Damian Lillard role and get a bulk load of minutes. And he's a guy that, this season when he's got minutes, he's produced pretty decently. He can score the ball. He's really a scorer more than anything. I will throw that out there, but he'll get you a couple rebounds, couple assists as well. So at 4,300, I think he's another guy that we could really consider with no Lillard. Moving on to shooting guard. We'll start at the top. Jrue Holiday going against Portland. This is a spot where Jrue Holiday can have a really, really good game. He's given us a solid floor. The minutes are there. This is a game that, the Pelicans definitely can win with no Lillard on the flip side of things. So I think that Jrue Holiday is a really good play, a guy that we could pay up for at the shooting guard spot. Devin Booker, 8,800. He's going to play a bulk load of minutes. He's going to get you 20 points every game, do a little bit of everything. He has, 60 fantasy point upside at 8.8 price tag. I think that Damian Lillard, Jrue Holiday, both of these guys you can really pay up for. Buddy Hield as well with no De'Aaron Fox. Buddy Hield has been playing more minutes. Look at his minutes. Past 3 games, 37, 37, 38. Filling up the stat sheet, coming off a 57 fantasy point game. He has some upside as well. I like all 3 of these guys in the hierarchy. I think they all are really good plays, and they may be a little bit lower owned because, like I mentioned, it's CJ McCollum with no Damian Lillard. He's going to be crazy chalk today, in my opinion. Plus, he's been playing well. 5 straight games of at least 34 fantasy points, a couple upside games in there as well. Like I said, no Damian Lillard. The dude should be chalk, and rightfully so. The only thing that scares me is with no Lillard, McCollum could be getting guarded by Jrue Holiday, and we know that Jrue Holiday is a tough matchup. But nonetheless, I think CJ McCollum definitely still is a guy in play. Then we can look at a guy like Bojan Bogdanovic. He's a guy that's really been getting the minutes with no De'Aaron Fox. He's got at least 31 minutes in 4 of the past 5 games. He's, filling up the stat sheet. He's the one that's really been the primary ball handler, with 10 assists in 2 of the past 3 games, showing us a little bit of upside with the 53 fantasy point game a couple of games ago. Bogdanovic, the theme I'm really learning right now more than anything is at shooting guard. There's a lot of really good, plays, in the upper tier. There's not really too much lower end plays I like, but there's a bunch of guys $7,000 or more that you can really look at that are all in pretty good spots. So even then I'll throw Bojan right there in the $7,000 price range as well with the 6,900 price tag. The value guys, you could possibly look at a guy like Dennis Schroeder at 5,300. The thing about him is he just doesn't get the minutes, man. They need to give this guy more minutes. He's, probably their second, third best player on this team. But the minutes just haven't been there against the Lakers, an up-tempo game at 5,300. I think you could look at him as a GPP play if you want to pay down a little bit at the spot. Moving on to small forward, we'll start with LeBron. Going against OKC, 12,000. It's a tough price tag, but LeBron's giving you a solid floor. In the past 5 games, he's given you at least 43 fantasy points. With 165 fantasy point game at this price tag, you need 65. At 12,000 price tag, you need 60 for value, so it does make it a little bit tough. I don't really like the upside he's giving us because the price tag is so high. But I definitely think that you could really consider him, and I think that LeBron is a guy that you can look at to pay up for. If you don't want to, you can pay up, or you can go balance. That's the thing I think you could do on this set as well, is go a little bit more balanced lineup and feel pretty good. Kelly Oubre, 6,700. He's going to start. He's going to play the minutes. I like Oubre, man. He gives us some upside. He gives us a decent floor going against a Kings team without their starting point guard. I think this game should be fairly competitive. Phoenix has been playing pretty competitive all year long. So Kelly Oubre is a guy that we can really look at. Gallinari, I like Gallinari also going against. I like Gallinari going against the Lakers in an up-tempo game. He's their best scorer on this team, just pure scorer. He's the guy that they need to really kind of score right around 20 points a game. That's kind of what they're asking from him. He could do it. I don't know if he could do it consistently, but he is a really good scorer. And at 6,000, he's a guy that we can really look at. I like him in this spot. This Warriors in OKC can be fairly competitive. You got Harrison Barnes. He's a guy that he never does nothing special, but he's very consistent. Gives you a really good floor, playing a bunch of minutes. He's going to get you right around 30 fantasy points, and that's what you need for value. So Barnes is a guy that's consistent. I think Barnes is a little bit more stable, going to get you around 30. I think Gallinari at $100 less gives you a little bit more upside. Alec Burke for the Warriors, getting a bulk of minutes. This guy's probably, without D'Angelo Russell out there, is probably the best pure scorer. The guy could definitely score the ball. He's already shown us a couple of times this year with a couple 40 fantasy point games. 5,600, it's all about, I would like to see him. I don't think he started. I would like to see him in the starting lineup, though. If he's going to start, I would like him even more. But nonetheless, either way, I think that you can look at Alec Burke. I think he's a guy that is in play. One more guy that I'll throw out there. I think that we can also look. We got to wait on the Ingram news. But Ingram's been out a few games now. Kendrick Williams, he's a guy that's been getting the bulk of minutes. He's got 31 or more minutes in 3 straight games. And he's playing well. He's got you right around 25 fantasy points a game since being in that starting lineup. Does a little bit of everything. That's what I like as well. At a 5,200 price tag, all you need is 26 for value. I definitely think he can get you 6, 7x on this price tag if he does indeed get that start and nod today. That's really where I'm at with small forward. We'll move on to power forward. We got to wait and see what happens with Anthony Davis. He's a game time decision with the shoulder right now. He's probable if he plays today. I think that this is a spot we definitely can have a fairly good game. Here going against OKC. They got Steven Adams, but he's probably not going to be matched up with Steven Adams. It's going to be, one of the smaller guys. Steven Adams will get a Howard or Howard or a JaVale McGee, somebody like that. So I think Anthony Davis is going to have a really good game if he does end up playing. You got Bagley, you got Derek Favors out, so opens up a little bit of value. We'll go first. I think Jaren Jackson, he's a guy that shows a little bit of upside, strictly GPP play, just because the guy's just so foul prone, so he always gets in foul trouble, has to end up sitting. Draymond Green, I mean, they basically need a triple double from this guy every night if they're going to be competitive. I like him, 35 for him to hit value. He just hasn't really been playing the minutes. They don't want to play Draymond too much. They want to kind of they're basically just saving him for next season. Rashawn Holmes, he's been getting that starting role, playing about 26 to 28 minutes occasionally, touching right around 30. And, he's a double-double almost every night. He get you close to a double-double, get you some blocks as well. Very good defensive player, giving you a pretty solid floor. He's got you at least 26 in 5 of the past 6 games. Rashawn Holmes, he's a guy that we can look at power forward. Eric Paschal, the young guy they've been raving about. He's playing, 30-plus minutes a game right now. He has some upside. He's shown it to us a couple of times already. And at 5,900, you need 30 for value. He's been right around 25-ish, but he does have that 40 fantasy point upside. So definitely a guy that is in play today. Let me see. Oh, yeah, definitely. Where's he at? My man Kyle Kuzma. Honestly, I like him a little bit more if Anthony Davis was going to be out, he would be starting. But either way, I mean, this is a young guy that they know we have to keep him in the rotation no matter what, starting or come off the bench. He's going to play right around 25 minutes. I think he's going to start eating into some of the guards' minutes as well. Kyle Kuzma, 5,400, just a too cheap of a price tag. You need 26 for value. He's got you at least 26 in 3 of the past 4 games, and he hasn't had that crazy upside game. I feel that it is coming where he's going to score 40, 45 fantasy points. Yeah, that's really where I'm at. One value guy, super cheap. I think we could possibly consider. I think at a bare minimum price tag, we could possibly look at Amari Spellman. It's all about minutes, man. If this guy's going to get some minutes, he'll perform for sure. I got to wait and see if we get any kind of news of uptick in minutes, anybody out, Draymond's out, etc. I wouldn't be surprised if he got rest. They've been really trying to be cautious. But Spellman at 3,500, I think we can look at him as a GPP play today. Finish it off at the center position. We will start with Whiteside at the top going against the Pelicans. Pelicans, especially, I think Okafor is out right now, or Okafor is questionable. I mean, they don't have no big guy that can really guard Whiteside. The guy's just too big he's a big mismatch for a lot of people. For the most part, he's been fairly consistent. Past couple of games, 3 of the past 4 games, he's been down a little bit. But, I mean, the down he just hasn't got the rebounds that he was getting a few games ago. I think at 8,200, you need 41 for value. The guy's averaging 36 on the season. If you're going to pay up, you definitely pay up for Whiteside. He's a guy that you kind of want to go after. You can look at Jonas Valanciunas as well, going against the Warriors. They got nobody that could guard this dude. The thing I don't like about him is he only plays 27, 28 minutes, and that's always been his trend his whole entire career. I wish he could play in the low 30s. That would be awesome. But even in limited minutes, this guy, I mean, he's a walking double-double. I mean, it is what it is. 7,800, strictly GPP play, but you could look at him. Baines is another guy playing very well. He's got you at least 25 fantasy points in 7 of the past 8 games, showing us a couple upside games as well. Outside of the one dud against Atlanta, I mean, Baines has been playing well. It's going to be tough to put him on the bench, even when the young guy comes back from suspension. I think that yeah, man. I mean, he's playing very well. DeAndre Ayton, when he comes back from suspension, it's still going to be tough to put Baines on the bench. He's just been playing very, very well. Willie Cauley-Stein at 6,100. It's all about minutes. If his minutes have been trending up a little bit, if he's going to play around 25 minutes, I mean, you could look at him. I wish he would be playing a little bit more minutes, but I mean, I like him still. I mean, he's chance for a double any night. Play some defense. Really good defensive player. So I mean, he's filling up the stat sheet. Definitely. Steven Adams against the Lakers, tough spot. Possibly look at him. I'm not too crazy about it. Jackson Hayes, he's the guy that I got a lot of interest with. Derek Favors is out. It's looking like Jahlil Okafor is probably going to be out as well. Last game you had Hayes 31 minutes, got you a double-double. I mean, You gotta like him. 4,800. All you need is 23, 24 for value. He's got you at least 22 in 2 straight games. The minutes are trending up. Anytime he's got over 20 minutes this season, I mean, he's produced very, very well. So it's looking like a spot where he's going to get a bulk load of minutes. And I think he's a guy, if he starts, you probably just put him in and move on. So that's really where I'm at with today's slate. If you want a more in-depth analysis, make sure to check out the site, dfscheatsheet.com. And hey, good luck on your guys' contest, all right? Peace out.